Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Neville Goddard Podcast. You know, what often gets in the way of you manifesting money, of having real wealth, is not what you think. What often gets in the way of you having money, of manifesting true wealth, is often just hidden right out of sight. It's not a subconscious hidden belief. It is not no karmic bullshit. It's just something you're imagining that you're not aware of. We've developed a cool little exercise. We've been teaching it for 20 years in one form or another. And it's called the Attitude Money Game. And I can guarantee if you play it exactly like we share it, you will expose right what you are really imagining that's holding you back, so you can have a giggle and get beyond it. So we're going to dive into the Attitude Money Game today. This is straight from the Neville Goddard Prosperity Pack. And I want you to do it. Let me know if you choose to. I'd love to celebrate with you. See ya. All right, so let's dive into the Attitude Money Game. We've been doing this for years. We originally included this back in the Neville Goddard Prosperity Pack in, 2010, 2011. And this is a massive game changer, but you really have to play it. And you have to play it by the rules. Because this is where a little bit of structure will give you a lot of freedom. Ready? Let's dive in. What I want you to do is to get a brand new banknote, right? Something like a $20 bill or a $100 bill. At least start with something that stretches you a little bit. Don't start with a $1 bill, right? Start with something that stretches you a little bit. $20, $100. If you can, get a brand new one from the bank or the store. Put it in your wallet and carry it with you at all times. This is called your attitude money. This is not your secret stash. This is not your emergency money. This is not your just in case. This is your attitude money. Because for the rest of your life, I want you to go through the rest of your life knowing that I always have money. So, that's a great beginning, isn't it? Now, we're not going to stop there, because at some point what I want you to do is to double that and then double it again. So if you start with $100, sometime faster than you think is possible, what I want you to do is double it up to $200. Assuming you start with 100, double it up to 2. Then sometime faster than what you think is possible, I want you to double it up to 4. Then 8, 16, so on and so forth. I want you to have some fun with this. Because at some point, you're going to start exposing your bullshit. And here's what I mean by that. After teaching this for one form or another 20 years now, one of the things that we've noticed is this. It's your bullshit that gets in the way. And we want to expose your bullshit so you can have a giggle and get beyond it. And over the years, I've been told things like, Mr. 20, I do the Attitude Money Game, but I know my husband will steal the money off of me. Really? That says something, doesn't it? Right? We want to get beyond that bullshit. Another one. I got up to $200 and I started having panic attacks thinking I was going to get mugged. Rightio. What do you think's happening whenever you're imagining being a millionaire? Or, there's a part of you probably imagining being taken hostage for $2 million and then you'll have to take out a loan, right? We all have crazy shit inside of us. Now here's the cool thing, and I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you. I got to the point where I was carrying $20,000 a day, right? Think about this. I moved from America to Australia. I had a business in America, and I primarily used PayPal as my payment processor. And so what I did was a couple times a week, I'd go to the ATM machine and I'd bring money into Australia, right? Because I live in Australia, but I'm making money with my American-based business. And so what did I do with the money? Most of it I just put in envelopes for a while. To the point where I was walking around with $20,000 in cash. I had 2 biker wallets, one in each front pocket. And it was a pretty interesting experience because when you walk around with $20,000 in cash, every now and then there's that little bit of panic. Like, did I lose $10,000 while walking the dogs? I want you to bump into your bullshit so you can discover you're bigger than your bullshit. I don't want you to go to war with it. I don't want you to get years of counseling to overcome deep deep subconscious belief systems and karmic realities and bullshit like that. I just want you to notice the stories that you tell, that you accept as truth. And the attitude money game will do that. Let's give a quick recap right now. Start with something like a crisp, brand new $100 bill. Put it in your wallet and carry it with you. Now, this is where some people go, well, I don't carry money. Well, then you're not going to be able to do the game. Right? Don't put it in a jar. I had a friend that did that, right? She got to explore a different game. But my suggestion is carry it with you. I want you to know what it's like to always have money. Number 2, right? Faster than you think. I want you to double that, then double it again. Right? If you think, oh, it's taken me 56 years to play the attitude money game once, I'll be 112 and then I can double it. No, do it faster than you think, and then do it faster than you think is possible again. Because at some point you will get to a dollar figure that you are carrying with you every day that exposes your bullshit. Could be about total strangers. Could be about your husband. Could be about your family. Could be about you. Mr. 20, every time I get up to $400, I end up spending it on emergency things. Here's the other rule. If you need to, spend it. But replace it within 24 hours. See, this requires that you start believing in something. This requires that you start believing in you. This requires that you start exploring and getting some attitude. So if you got gold, there's more on this, but I'm going to make 2 suggestions. Number 1, play the attitude money game. By the way, one of the things that eliminates is the whole thing of like, well, I would, but I don't have any money. Some people avoid making decisions for decades because they put themselves in a position where they can't make the wrong decision. I want you to think about this because I lived that life. I couldn't decide yes or no because I didn't have enough money to decide yes or no. I had an excuse. Hey, I'd love to, but I don't have enough money. How many decisions do you avoid making? How many times do you avoid saying no to someone because I don't have enough money? I want you to always have money. And I want you to be able to say yes with it. I want you to be able to say no with it. If you got gold today, number 1, my suggestion, again, do this exercise exactly like we shared it. Get the Prosperity Pack, NevilleGoddardProsperityPack.com. It's awesome, gang, right? When I moved here, I decided, you know what I'm doing? Freedom. And I took every one of my favorite Neville Goddard lessons on money, and I applied them wildly, and I built a course around that. Neville Goddard Prosperity Pack. Number 2, the attitude of Abdullah. It has nothing to do with this, except it has everything to do with this. You will not hear anything about the attitude money game in the Attitude of Abdullah recording, but you will hear about attitude, because I want you to have both attitude and prosperity. So, first resource, Neville Goddard Prosperity Pack. Second one, Attitude of Abdullah. And you can actually get both of those at NevilleGoddardStore.com. Have a lovely day. And for you guys that have brought this up, the reason I'm making this recording today is people have brought it up in the LOA by Neville Goddard group on Facebook. Somebody found it, somebody's doing it, somebody's getting results. I want that to be you too. Have a lovely day. See ya.